Hello parents, I'm Mr. Howard Yu. I was a former MOE teacher and also was a former PSIB science marker. As this week, I believe that your child has gotten back the P6 prelim examination. So today I will use one of my students' P6 prelim with a name mask, so to protect her identity, to teach parents how as tutors we can help your child to analyze the areas of weaknesses and also diagnose necessary actions so that they can still make improvement in the remaining 3 weeks to come. As you can see behind me, this background is Mr. C. Kunalan. He was Singapore's former Olympic champion and also several of the SEA Games gold medalists in the 100 meters. He was actually my former teacher, as I was a former PE teacher, and he trained me in track and field and also in other areas. So we are providing this wholehearted commitment to enhance, enrich, and empower your child to strive for excellence through our professional coachings in science and in mathematics. So now I will showcase this student's prelim examination, and I'll guide you how we can, as parents and educators, help your child improve. So let's see the first question. So according to my professional analysis, this is the child's answer. She did quite well for answering the first question, open-ended. Normally, the first question, they test P3 content. As you can see, this is a P3 content topic on life cycle of animals. And then also the next question is about plant parts, and also is a P3 content, the function of parts. And this is the integration of P4 and P5, because in P5, they learn about water carrying and food carrying tubes. And this child did very well. So I given this comment very good to encourage the student. Let's look at next question. As you can examine this question, which I would enlarge it, you can see that this is a question you can screenshot. Due to the time constraint, I won't read out the questions. You can screenshot and review it later. Okay, this is my comment here. This child did not follow instruction. No marks given, even named correctly. Even she named this correctly, as you see, she gets 0 marks because she explained wrongly. And I'll let you know what are the remediation action. And you can see here is very careless. The solar panel actually converts the light energy into the electrical energy in the electric motor. And she put potential energy, because if it is battery, that is chemical potential energy, but this is electrical motor. So there's a direct conversion of light energy into electrical energy to drive the motor, which is converted into kinetic energy. And I believe that there's a marking error here because the child wrote kinetic and she was not given any marks. Because for PSA marking, this should be half mark each. So I put here 0.5 marks should be given. Next question. Okay, this one, as you can see, this is related to the previous question here. And you can see she gets 0 mark because out of these 3 choices, if you get 1 correct or 1 wrong, it's actually -half. If you get 2 wrong, it's -1. So you can see here, she got 2 wrong and 1 correct. So there's no half mark given. So this is correct. The rate is increased. So in order to understand, the pupil must be able to explain this observation. So actually, I suggest this question can be further developed to train the child's understanding. For example, the very few marbles will increase the weight of the car, therefore will press the car downward with more weight. So it increases the frictional force between the solar power car's tire and the ground. And since the car is heavier, it will be slowed down, and this will decrease its kinetic energy. So actually, to develop this child further, I could ask these 2 additional questions. Explain your observation. So the child got to explain this part, which I just type out here to show you. And this is my track record because I'm very precise. In PSLE marking is very precise. Because the first half day we actually go through the different types of possible answer. So I represented my school in the past from MOE, 3 times PSLE marker. And because of my passion, I authored a book that has helped many students in P5 and P6 in tackling open-ended questions. So this is good news for parents. Do quickly enroll for your child who are taking PSLE in 2025 and 2026. Today is the 5th of September. This is my WhatsApp number. And because this weekend I'll be flying to Penang for preaching assignment, so I return to Singapore next week. So do catch me before I fly off. And you can also visit my YouTube channel, which I will showcase to you soon. There are many enriching resources you can get there from my YouTube channel. So, and I hope that you can experience more learning from there. As I mentioned, this is my YouTube channel, so you can search One Academy Science Harvard. And currently I have 738 subscribers. When you click here, I'm teaching you how, as a parent, you can help your child to make use of this channel. So you see there's a search button here. So this child that I've showcased, he or she is actually quite weak in the topic of heat. So you just enter the word heat here and then press enter. And you'll see there are many questions related to heat topic, which is taught in primary 4. So this is one of the areas you can search. There are many questions I posted here over the past years of my YouTube channel. So I look forward to your support. And also another area this child is weak in is actually in the areas of energy conversion. So similarly, you just key in energy and then press enter. So can you see energy conversion in nature, conversion of energy in nature, and many other experiments. And this morning I was just at the Civil Service Club having my swim, and there's also the wave pool, energy conversion. And also there are actual PSLE questions on energy conversion, as you can see here. This is an OEQ on energy conversion, is a P6 question, so on and so forth. So now I come back to my discussion here. Okay, let's continue. So after joining my training, instead of getting 0 upon 4, your child should be able to get 4 upon 4 after my training. So this is my promise to parents, and also if they follow my instruction, they should be able to do very well, even within a short period of time. So parents, your child, if let's say the prelim, you got only AL5, do not lose hope, because science is the only subject that you can see significant improvement within a short period of time under a good coach. So that is possible. Okay, next question. You see, here's a P4 topic. And apparently this child, I believe, she has forgotten her P4 topic, which I made some comment here. And also this question in Southview Primary School, the HOD science and also the science department has adopted a very strict criteria in marking. And I believe that less than 50% of the cohort get the full 2 marks. Okay, if you look at my YouTube channel, I've separately analyzed this question to teach students and parents how to answer this question. So due to the time constraint, I will scroll forward. And then from this answer, because it says that based on the result of Ben's experiment, explain how the thick layer of fur of animal kill would keep it warm. Okay, apparently this child, she did not memorize the answer that I told her, because I have repeatedly tested the child this question, which I will show you a similar example in the next slide. So she gets 0 upon 4. And this is a P4 heat topic. And here comes this question. Can you see? This question I designed myself, and there are some improvisation from past year's paper. So you can see this polar bear, right? Is lying flat. And they say the polar bear feels overheated on a hot sunny day. Explain why it spread itself out on the snow when it feels overheated. So I have repeatedly tested the child this question. But this is the reverse concept. Okay, just now the one is to prevent heat loss. And this one is actually by spreading itself in contact with the snow, this allows the polar bear to lose heat faster. So indeed, P4 heat topic is very important. Okay, so can you see, take note, huh? This is a P4 heat topic. And later we'll see heat topic appears again. Okay, again, this question, the model answer is not fair. Why? Okay, if you analyze this question, I try to scroll down slowly so you can do the screenshot. Okay, I have a reason to pinpoint this question because I need to put the interest of students in my heart. Because if you look through the question, there's no predator mentioned. Okay, there's no predator mentioned in this question. However, the model answer which I analyzed, which the child written, talk about predator. So it's not fair for the student. And if you look here, I believe that this answer should be given 0.5 marks, this part. Okay, because she mentioned the young of animal P would not have to come out to find food and develop into an adult underground. And apparently this child forgot to recall what is decomposition. Okay, so this part, the child has forgotten. So that's why she get 1 out of 4. And then this is a life cycle of animal. Remember, this is a P3 topic. So PSLE, remember, not only P6 topic, P5, P4, and P3 topic also tested. In fact, through my years of analysis, up to 65%, I repeat, up to 65% of the content in PSLE science paper are from P3 to P5. Oh, so you may ask, oh, P6 only 35%. Yes, if you check, and it can do the analysis. Okay, so this question, actually this graph repeated, I think in 21.8 actual PSLE paper, talk about the mosquito breeding, and this child answered very well. So this is my comment to encourage this student. And then also this part. Okay, I noticed the answer that this student copied is actually incomplete. So the main point that we're missing in this correction is, therefore, it's important to send your child script for Mr. Howard Yu's analysis, because if the child don't write down the full answer, the child may repeat the same mistake in the actual PSLE. So I'm helping the child to discover, hey, your answer is not complete. So this should be the complete answer, because this part is missing. As the egg from this mating will not hatch, there are fewer adult mosquito, and the number of dengue cases will decrease. Okay, so let's continue the analysis. And she answered very well this question. I'm actually quite pleased with the child. Indicated melting, and this is very careless. Okay, so take a look at this point. And let's scroll down. Okay, from what I have analyzed, I put very, honest comment and also interesting comment. I say the child is super blur. Why? Because illogical reasoning. Even a primary child student can give a logical reasoning. As the number of batteries increases up to number 5, right? The brightness of the bulb increase. But look at the answer that the child has put. She put the reverse. The more the number of batteries, the less the brightness of the bulb. So this illogical reasoning. I do not know why, maybe exam stress. Again, another illogical reasoning. So likely, I believe, during P5, when the school is teaching this topic, electricity, the child did not learn well. Perhaps the child was too engaged in the national school games. Who knows? Or maybe other competition. Or maybe the child was sick and was absent, and the students did not approach a science tutor or teacher to revise. So let's continue the next part. Okay, let's continue. As you can see, this is my actual tuition center. Behind me, there's one piece of very good art from a former artist in Singapore, Mr. Liu Kang. So my student actually learn in a very artistic environment for science. So there's a training of left and right brain. And this is a very good center to learn from. And this is actually a very rare life science integration, energy conversion, open-ended questions. There's a mix of biology and physics. Just like in my center, there's a mixture of fine arts and science. Okay, let's look at this question. Okay, this question, notice the child did not read carefully, because if you examine here, which I'm going to enlarge the diagram for you to see in this question, because they say here, counted the number of bubbles produced by the water plant in 1 minute. So this table here is actually the bubbles produced by the water plant. It's not the bubbles produced by the baking soda. Okay, so she did not read carefully, or he did not read carefully. So must be careful, because if it is the bubbles produced by the baking soda would be carbon dioxide. But this because due to the process of photosynthesis, the plants, the water plant absorb the dissolved carbon dioxide, and this light actually gives or initiate the process of photosynthesis to produce oxygen. So answer should be oxygen. Okay, frankly speaking, if I were the marker, I would avoid the child this mark, because between 3 and 5 should also be correct. So the school HOD, please kindly consider the logical reasoning. Because for PSLE science marking, we must apply benefit of doubt for the student, and we must apply logical reasoning. And I believe this is a logical answer. So parents, you can help this child to fight for the half mark in front, which I mentioned, and another half mark here. Okay, I also suppose that in P6 this year, perhaps the child was too involved in other things, perhaps NSG or other prefectorial board or whatsoever, or maybe the child is absent very frequent. He or she did not learn the energy conversion topic very well. So my diagnosis is very simple. Just do 4 more worksheets on energy conversion before the 30th of September. Okay, next question. Okay, notice I put a remark here. If candidate annotated attraction and repulsion, he or she would not fumble in this question and got 0 marks. And this is something quite pitiful. You notice all this green color was annotated during the discussion after the exam. So if the candidate would have annotated this, he or she would not get 0 marks. So that actually makes me a little bit boiling. But I need to cool down. Okay. But because teaching science is quite passionate, so sometimes emotions are involved. So I hope parents can also value this. Okay, you see this child did not listen to my advice to memorize the fair test model answer. Fair test model, okay, I show you shortly. Let me pause the recording and retrieve the fair test model. Well, as I mentioned, the questions, because I have designed this strategic weapon to help my students to memorize all this important science concept, because they have students who memorize this and they secure at least 20 marks in open-ended just by memorizing this. So the child which I mentioned earlier, she did not memorize about the fair testing, which I mentioned earlier in the paper here. So, okay, this part I say, she did not heed my advice to memorize the fair test model, because there should be only one variable change. So I give you one example here in this question. This is about the control setup. So I told students to memorize this. For example, they are asked why there must be a control setup to show that any difference in the variable measured is only due to the change made. Okay, so this is one example. And also there are other examples which I have crafted this to help students to memorize. So now come back to the analysis, the question earlier, which is here. So please kindly heed my advice to memorize the important things which I have designed. Okay, next one. The candidate didn't explain in full according to the experiment. Okay, the candidate did not explain this in full according to experiment. And because this, only a magnet can be repelled by another magnet. So do take note of this. And this wasted the free 1 mark, because I believe 80% of the cohort should get this correct. Okay, he should repeat the experiment with each object at least 3 times to observe if the results are consistent. So this is the model answer, and better memorize now. And you see, this is the 5-mark question in PSLE science. This child gets 0 mark. What a heartache to the tutor. What a heartache to the parent. So this part is a bit hard to swallow. But never mind, summon up your courage, because we have 3 more weeks to PSLE science. So that's why it's important that parents, you review this analysis, which I have been doing here over the past perhaps 15 minutes. And if you like this video, please share with other friends to benefit them. And also invite your friends who are taking PSLE, their children taking PSLE in 2025 or 2026 to quickly enroll to one academy. And I'm ending the class soon. And this is another question. Okay, because this child get confused by the question, I think it's not fair for the candidate when they take this exam, because they say, give a reason why the steel cup took the shortest time to melt the ice cube completely. And this is a 2-mark question. Actually, the question should be phrased in this way. Explain why the steel cup took the shortest time to melt the ice cube completely. And you notice here, with just one word, she get penalized and get 0 mark. Because if you have changed this one good to best, right, I believe she'll get at least 1 mark. Okay, 1 mark. Okay, why? Because in science, if there are 3 things to compare, you must use a superlative. Okay, superlative, good, better, best. Good, better, best. So here, if she steel, right, is a best conductor, but she used or he used the word good conductor. So take note of that. Remember. So in fact, this is the model answer. The steel cup is the best conductor of heat and gains the heat fastest from the heating plate. Thus, when the ice cubes were placed in it, the ice cubes gained heat fastest and melted in the shortest time, which is the 3 minutes. So do take note. Due to time constraint, I will fast forward. Oh, you see here, another totally illogical answer. This is a P4 heat topic. Wow. Parents, you notice, how come PSLE so many P4 questions on heat topic? I already told you, because in P6, right, up to 8 to 10 marks are tested in P4 heat topic. Why? Because secondary one, they will repeat the heat question on conduction, convection, and radiation. So that's why it's important to know the heat topic well. So another heartache here, 0 mark. Okay, 0 mark here. So take note. So this is a model answer. You can screenshot. I won't read out. And also I put here my feeling, sadness, fail in P4 topic. Okay, you notice if you analyze this exam question, right? Practically all the P4 topic, the candidate failed. So for me as a tutor, I find a bit sad for her, because P4, this child was not with me. If she was with me or he was with me, the child would not suffer so much loss of marks, because P4 is, they test a lot on heat topic and you must grasp the concept well. Okay, so take note. Another P4 topic here, you can see here. This is another P4 topic. And this is quite a tricky question, because you must see carefully. Open your eyes big, and see. Okay, I cannot speak English. Must examine carefully, not open your eyes big. Okay, so here they say, in this question, after a while, she finds it easier to remove the lid. Why? So there must be a comparison here. Metal is a better conductor of heat than glass. Can you see the comparison? The examiner is looking for comparison. The metal lid gains heat faster than the glass jar and expands faster or expand more. So it's easier for May to remove the lid. Okay, this child didn't answer well. She got 0 mark. And here the child also gets 0 mark. So this is a heat topic. I'll repeat, this is P4. So the actual answer should be this part. Part X and Y are made of the same matter, so they gain heat and have the same rate of expansion. Okay, this is a scientific word, rate of expansion. And double sadness, lost another 4 marks to P4 heat topic. So once again, I review what I have go through, and this is the recommendation after going through. So do not be dismayed. Look forward, summon your courage. Today is the 5th of September. Your PSLE this year is 1st of October. So you minus the 1st of October, counting tomorrow, 30 minus 6. What is 30 minus 6? 24 days. So 24 days, you just can improve your marks. So this is a recommended remediation action. Okay, for parents, take note. Remediation to improve by 1 to 2 AL grades is possible. Number 1, do 4 more energy conversion worksheet, which I'll give to the child over the next 24 days. Next, number 2, do 5 more heat topic worksheet. Remember, don't grumble, don't do. Number 3, Do 3 more experimental design question worksheet. What are experimental design worksheet? I give you an example. Just now you saw there's one experiment there, right? The experimental design question, which I scroll down here, is related to experiment. This is experimental design question, one of them. But there's one, this is the actual one, the more detailed one. Okay, this is called experimental design question. For PSLE exam, right, section B definitely have one, sometimes two experimental design question. Okay, not totally two, like in this example, it's like 1.5. This one plus the previous one. So you notice this child, right, lost all the marks, electrical system topic. So that's why my recommendation here, I put here very logically, the child must do, okay, I didn't put electrical, good reminder. So this child also need to do additional, number 4. Do 3 more. I think not enough, 4 more. Electrical system worksheet. Okay. So once again, I'm Mr. Howard Yu. I like to invite you to consider my coaching. And if you need more help, you can send in your script for my analysis to my email at ask1academy@gmail.com. So I will send my greetings to every one of you. And remember, don't overstress your child because we have a few more days before term 4 begins. So remember to bring your child out for some sort of relaxation, be it in Singapore, or you can go to Batam, which is about 50 minutes boat ride, or to nearby Malaysia. So take care, stay safe, God bless. Cheers.